I want to restate this just to make sure I'm clear, or we're on the same page, rather. So somebody who doesn't believe that Donald Trump is a good president, and he's not their president, and rejects him as president, there's suddenly a different Donald Trump?
Yeah, that's clearly a different Donald Trump, because the real one is president.
Oh, man. It's just a different belief in who Donald Trump is. It doesn't change who Donald Trump is.
But they have a different one because that's not who he is. If I think my dad is a dog, somebody else thinks my dad is a parrot or something like that, they don't have my dad. That's not my dad.
Okay.
He's a parrot, but he's my dad. He is a dog. They're not thinking of my dad. They don't have my dad by saying he's a parrot. A Muslim saying, no, I think where you're losing it is.
No, I think we can come to. Hopefully we can come to a consensus here on this.
I don't think we could.
There is only one Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
There is only one Jesus Christ, right? There's one. Would you say there's only one Jesus Christ?
Only one Jesus Christ.
Okay. You have your beliefs in that one Jesus Christ that you believe are true.
Mm-hmm.
Muslims have their belief in that Jesus Christ, which you believe are not true.
Mm-hmm. They have a false Jesus.
Okay, according to you.
According to the Bible.
And according to the Bible, perhaps, sure. Latter-day Saints have their view of Jesus, their beliefs in that Jesus, which you think those beliefs aren't true.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. There's only one Jesus still.
Mm-hmm. And you guys, I would.
There's just different beliefs in that Jesus. So technically, it's not that we worship a different Jesus. It's just we have different beliefs in that Jesus.
Which makes
Gotcha.
Him a different Jesus. Because again, if I'm going to bring up the brother thing again, because that's literally the perfect statement about it. And you even agreed to that earlier, that we do have different ones because of our teachings.
Well, I think we have different beliefs in the same Jesus.
Completely different gods. If I view Jesus as someone who has no spiritual brothers, if I'm talking about a guy named Luke, he has no brother.
Yeah, you have different beliefs.
No, it's not different beliefs.
You believe he didn't have brothers. I do believe that
I have a guy named Luke.
It's just the same Jesus.
It's not. If I know a guy named Luke and I'm talking to you about him and he has brothers, and you're talking to me about a guy named Luke who has no brothers, and all of a sudden I mentioned Luke's brother, you're like, wait, but Luke doesn't have brothers. I'm like, yes, Luke does have brothers.
Are these two
and
people?
we realize, wait, we're not talking about the same Luke. These are two completely different people. That's Jesus. Jesus has no spiritual brothers, according to us. Jesus has spiritual brothers, according to you guys. It's not the same person.
They're not. No, there's only one Jesus, though. We already established that. It's not like there's two Jesuses or three Jesuses. There's not. Your analogy is bad, but the Luke analogy is bad, because if you took one Luke,
this is stupid. I can't even be patient with you guys anymore because everything you say is stupid. You guys don't even come to an understanding anymore. You don't even come to an understanding anymore. It just falls short on you guys every single time. I don't understand how it's impossible for all of you to understand. It was nice talking to you, Tyler, but genuinely, that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry. But it was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Clearly, you have a completely different Jesus. A different belief of who Jesus is means it's a different Jesus. If you have a different belief of who he is, then we're not talking about the same who. If we're not talking about the same who, we're not talking about the same Jesus. Stupid. Golly, we're going off for the night. I can't even.